Oh, this dude's about to get a hit right here, ain't he? They're scoring around. I know they are. I don't know how, but they're going to score. 2-0. That's tough. That's tough.
Stanton remains in left field in a tie game. The 2-0. Just missed hitting.
Damn. That's tough.
He's spun out of the way, but this is close to a strike. And actually,
that is close. That's close. All right, 3-0 count. He's better walk this guy, ain't he?
Is he taking all the way? Might he jump a pitch that's just laid in there? Crowd getting loud. Strike one.
Ooh. All right, 3-1. All right. Walk. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
3 walks in the inning for Devin Williams.
I mean, I'm kind of a Yankees fan, yeah. I'm doing a whole podcast based on the Yankees, so I'm trying to dial in and give a shit about if they win or not. More so if they win, that helps me, helps the podcast. So yeah, pitchers turned into hitters. What was Vin doing? Oh, I didn't think that he should have pitched the. I didn't think he should have pitched to the batter before this, but he struck him out, so that's why he stayed out there, because he got that strikeout. But that's.
I think Williams had something to say to Walsh.
They just threw Devin Williams out.
So big walk with the bases loaded.
He's got thrown out.
Yankees go to the bullpen.
What? What? Hold on. Did you got thrown out on the way out right there? Boone got ejected too? Dude, what? That's one thing them Yankees do. They get thrown out. So they get thrown out. Caballero last night thrown out. Devin Williams thrown out. Apparently Boone throw out. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I didn't even see. Do I have a different camera angle than you guys? How did y'all see that he was letting him have it? I'm watching off of MLB TV, so I don't know what you guys are watching on, but on my angle, I didn't see any of that. So, I don't know. I mean, just generally asking, who would you guys have wanted to be in that position to close that inning out right there? Oh, I'm behind y'all. That's why. I'm behind y'all.
One run scores. Walker will stop at third. It's a single for Pena and an RBI and a 6 for Astros.
That's a little bit of a dagger right there. Who do the Yankees have coming up next inning? Who's leading off?
Shoots him the other way. Become a real leader on this team.
Now here's Alvarez.
That's tough. That's tough for him. Because you know the one thing. Hold on. He bought.
Walsh calls a ball. The inning unraveling for the Yankees. Walker scores. Trammell moves to third. Pena moves to second.
What was the balk?
Gotta be for not coming set.
Oh, he.
I'm not sure how he saw that from there. I'm not sure that's his call.
He didn't come
But
set.
an umpire standing right behind him.
Dave
That wasn't
Cohn.
his call.
He didn't come set.
Not really sure about any of this.
Go out there and talk to him. Yeah, go talk to him.
And you can see
Ah,
he's having trouble with the pitch count. And also we've seen Bellinger have trouble
that's
with
tough.
pitch clock violations as well. He takes a long time between pitches.
Damn. Yeah, that was tough. You guys were up the entire game. Comes down to that. 2 ejections.
Pitcher has to have a discernible stop.
Yeah, you're right, Fit Life. It's right in front of you tomorrow. That saying is gonna be on his fucking gravestone, that's for sure.
They could even see his ball.
Right in front of us.
2 umpires out in the field certainly can. They didn't call a ball.
Damn. All right. So what? Boston got smoked, right? But I saw that
David, it's beyond me.
Toronto had a
He's the
pretty good comeback from what I saw.
every single pitch before the game begins.
I saw someone, a couple Yankees accounts tweeting that both those teams were losing, and then the next time I checked,
And now here comes
the
Oscar
Blue Jays were winning.
with Walsh.
Go get him, Brad. Oh my God. Yeah, Toronto won. That's tough.
Checking the count. That's what Osmus is checking. Talking that he had a
That's the thing about baseball, guys, right? Is shit can hit the fan fast. Like, these games can be ruined in a matter of a half second. And then you see shit like this is going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is he better throw him out? You see shit like this where everything's unraveling. 2 ejections, a balk, pitch calm issues.
And the spotter wants to know what the count is.
It's not good. It's not good. That's not what you want.
Wants clarity.
The umps suck.
That's sort of a half inning.
The umps suck. That's what's up with those guys. They fucking suck.
Second and third, 2 outs.
0-1.
0-1.
Alvarez 4 for 4. Welcome back. Jeez. What's up, Blake? What up, fool? Thanks for joining, bud. I've been seeing you get after it in the weight room, man. That's good shit.
So 1-1.
The umps suck, but how does put in ABS?
3 singles and a double.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not gonna front and act like I know.
Lineup today.
I don't know how it'll
Balls batted straight up in the air all the way to the backstop. Another run scores. Trammell crosses the plate. Pena moves to third. And this one's getting out of hand. The Astros lead.
Damn, man. That went quick. He bounced that way before the plate.
And that one looked like it kicked up high. Might have caught the front of home plate. It shot it up high.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a betting guy, but I'm sure that the odds of the Astros winning this game went from plus 300 to minus 2,000 right now.
Yankees led this game 3-0.
Which that is tough.
They're trailing 8-4, bottom of the 8th. Strike.
I want to see the fucking boys in blue win. I'm not gonna lie. I know that a lot of y'all think that I'm a fucking grifter on here, but
Gotta figure out a way to get their
I would like, yeah, you got them right where you want them.
story all year long.
Right where you want them.
If they wanna
But
keep
I
going,
want to see him win.
go.
I'm not gonna lie.
Get their pecking order.
Harrison and I are going to New York or wherever the Yankees are playing and doing a live show for the podcast if and when they're in the playoffs.
That's why we mentioned when they brought in
So all these wins or all these games matter
who's earned that right for that high leverage spot.
significantly to us.
Williams did have great command and also
I want to go to the playoffs. I want to get another ring. My first ring. Fuck.
Ground ball, and it is finally over. About as ugly an inning as you're going to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be quiet in that locker room if they don't win. Fuck. That's been the one thing, John. I was looking at numbers the other day and something along, I don't know the exact numbers. I'm not like a super number guy, but the Yankees bullpen is a problem as far as how their ERA stacks up in the league. So that could be a problem in the playoffs. I think I said this on the last episode that the way that they'll win the games will be from the offense, but the way that they lose the games is going to be from the fucking bullpen. And usually the bullpen's insane. They got some really good guys. They're just struggling right now. As far as Williams getting into these high leverage spots, I don't know. I think it's more just based off his track record. He's done really well in those situations in the past, and September is coming to an end here in like 2 to 3 weeks, and there's going to probably be a situation where there's a pitcher that threw in a high leverage spot the night before that might not be able to throw just from the amount of bullets that they wasted, and Devin Williams could be the guy. So you kind of still have to give him that runway because you just don't know what fucking situations are going to come up in the playoffs. So, I kind of see it. I know. That's tough. It's tough. I can tell you guys from past experience, though, that there were many times during pitching changes being in the outfield where every outfielder that's huddled up in center field sees a certain pitcher that's coming in a certain situation, and amongst the people in the outfield, they are at times like, what the fuck are we doing? So players question the move sometimes too, but it's just not their decision. I don't know whose fucking decision it is sometimes. I said this on the show last night that I would like to know all of Booney's moves versus all the moves that he's kind of told that he has to do. So I don't know. I don't know if that's Booney's move putting him in there or if he's got people in the attic telling him that he's got to pull pitchers in certain situations. But that's that sucks. That sucks for everyone involved. Because Devin Williams is a dog. He's kind of going through it right now.
Right on the end of September, at least the beginning of the postseason. We'll see if he can.
The Martian. Welcome.
And the pinch hitter Dominguez takes a strike from the Brave. Volpe was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Kind of looked like Dominguez tapped his helmet right there for an ABS call, because that was definitely a ball.
0-2.
The bench coach kind of is the manager, though, in a lot of ways. It really is, because he knows all the moves that need to be made, and he's there to kind of make sure that the manager is making the move that is appropriate, both to the eye test and analytically, but usually the analytic stuff kind of it dictates first, unfortunately. Okay, so no. Does he fire him up? Like, no. I mean, maybe in some situations, but in that situation, I can't really see the players being like, we're going to fucking do this one for Booney. He just got thrown out. Because Booney kind of did that for Devin Williams. And so you kind of got to do that to help the player feel like you've got his back, because you guys know as well as I do, I'm not on Twitter right now. I'm live streaming off of my phone until we get my camera set up. But Twitter's probably fucking hot right now. And so Booney's going to do whatever he can to fan the flame a little bit, not make it as bad for Devin Williams by getting thrown out with him. So, which is what you want, I guess, in a manager. Who do you think would be a great choice for the next manager? This guy. Come on now.
No question about the glove.
But no, on a serious note.
But he's had good at-bats all night long.
Oh, it depends. It depends. Do you want to go like former player, or do you want to go someone that's a coach that's currently in that organization? Usually they go internally first. I don't know. Low key, I feel like they need to get somebody that's a little bit older, but not too old, but just a little bit older. Because they do kind of need to have that player coach connection still, but also like the respect. I know that it was kind of like weird, not weird. I mean, don't quote me for other people, but when you have like some players that were teammates with some players that used to be teammates with the guy that's now the current manager, that's like a little wonky. So it's got to be someone that's a little bit older. Someone for the Yankees that would be a good manager. I'd love to see Jeter do it. I know that's so fucking boring to say because everyone probably thinks that, but that would be crazy. But he doesn't want to do that. Yeah, ChatGPT is your current manager, I would say right now. Okay, Chris Lee. Or Cheers Lee. I don't know if that's wrong or not. Hit a newt.
They get the ink done on the non-throwing.
AI had a lot of decisions.
There's a few.
I mean, Girardi wasn't like hard on me, but I didn't have a lot of time like around him. But one thing that Girardi did kind of like, the aura that he did kind of give off was that he was like father type vibes, you know? Like he had a different connection with his players, I think, and he kind of took that role of being like, hey man, and I know that this game is fucking hard. I played it and I love you also too, bud. So just go out there and give it your best. So he didn't like rip you a new. You knew deep down that like Joe needed you to pull the best out of you, because it was going to be him standing in front of the fucking bullets after every post game. That's a tough spot. I never played with Rizzo, so I couldn't tell you what his chances are. I don't know. I mean, do you guys really want to see another player that played for the Yankees be a manager? You know what I mean? Because I don't think Jorge has any coaching experience at all. So it would be another coach or another manager that kind of just came out of fucking nowhere that just used to be a player for the team. I don't know if that's necessarily the thing that they need right now.
It's the only chance he had. That ball's almost out of the batter's box.
Yeah, I don't know if Rizzo would need to be the manager of the Yankees first stint. He could be like a really good manager of one of these younger teams, I think. Put him in a spot with one of these teams that are like rebuilding, he'd be solid. Girardi would be a really good option for a manager. I know that's crazy to say because he's not going to do that, but he would definitely be somebody that you know damn well is not going to get bullied by the boys in the attic. I'd like to see a nuke right here. Shoot! No.
Yankees won last night 7-1, trailing 8-4 tonight.
A-Rod would be an interesting candidate, but I don't know.
And the pitch.
Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what A-Rod would be like as a manager because I have absolutely no fucking idea. But the dude was fucking unreal baseball player, so you would assume that he could have some game feel. But just because you're a good player doesn't necessarily translate to being a good game manager, especially whenever you're like going up against a gauntlet of a analytical department like the Yankees, because that is a rip. That's probably like 112 off the bat. Dude, this could... Chances are slim right now, just because you got 2 outs, but yeah, A-Rod did sue Major League Baseball and the Yankees and the Players Association, so we could probably rule that one out. That's a good memory right there, James. Yeah. Oh.
We told you Abreu has money against everybody, but he struggles against the Yankees.
Who's the AAA manager right now for the Yankees? That's who you want to see in the big leagues, managing this club right now? I don't know about that. This could be big. I would say this. He should... Home run right here hurts the game. I know that sounds crazy, but home run probably will not win this game. He's got to get a hit, keep those runners on base, then you can fucking hit another homer like they've done all week. So, Belly can't hit a nuke right here, I don't think. That's just my own personal opinion. No homer. It's got to be a hit. It's got to be a double, at least. Kenny Powers would be nice. Yeah, you're right, Joseph. I said the same thing. It's got to be a double. If you're going to get a hit, it has to be a double if you want to win this game. And Jazz could do it, man. Jazz could do it. Oh, you think that Shelly Duncan is part of the problem down in AAA?
If it gets to Chisholm, it'll be very interesting.
I don't know.
1-2. 2-2.
I can't.
This is where Bellinger changes his approach. He's not trying to hit
I can't
the ball out, not looking
comment on that,
for it.
to be completely honest. I don't know enough about what's going on in their AAA system anymore. Even though I used to live there full time, basically.
3-2.
Okay, I said a double in the game is still intact, but a walk. And we've got a fucking chance, boys and girls.
Judge at second. First base open, 3-2 count on Bellinger. That one's driven deep to right field. Going back, Sanchez on the track at the wall. He leaps. See ya. A 3-run home run for Bellinger. And the Yankees are still alive. They're down by 1.
It said it, dude. It said it. It's game over. Oh, it's game over now.
Well, even with his two-strike approach, he can find something they can handle.
No. I said I said he couldn't do it.
A blast and a blast works too.
Fuck.
Part 1 is down and a great at-bat for Bellinger.
Now that makes the game...
Deep and launches.
I told you guys. It's game over. It's not game over, but you're in a harder spot now. Because now if you're banking on a homer to keep this game 1 run or tied, but you needed that, you needed a double. God, I did that. I feel like I hit that home run.
Well over the lead. And a Yankee fan made the grab.
Yeah, no. You want to hit the home runs, but in this situation right now,
One more time, the Yankees down to their
it takes a person off the bases. That's really what it comes down to. You really want it just to keep the carousel moving of getting another hit, especially with a guy like Chisholm that can run a little bit, followed by Stanton. Damn. That's kind of crazy timing right there. I'm glad y'all. Someone should clip that. Someone should clip that. Damn. Here we go. Dude, look at the way Jazz is pumping that. He's thinking homer. That's his only thought in mind right now. Jazz is thinking poolside high homer right now. If he does it, it's gonna be an absolute nuke to right field. I can just tell you by the way he's going like this. He's thinking right field homer.
Yankees trying for a ninth-inning comeback. And the count is...
Bro, he walks him right here? Yankees got a fucking chance.
Up to that point. And overthrew a fastball down the
Here we go.
Bellinger hit a slider for a homer.
Oh my God.
All sliders till that last fastball.
Here we go. That's a crazy view of Stanton.
And here is the payoff. Strike three, Chisholm now looking, ball game over. And the Yankees lose 8-7. And Chisholm arguing his case with Brian Wall.
He's about to get tossed. I feel like the only reason he didn't get tossed is because that guy can't hear what he's saying to him right now as he's walking away.
Very unhappy with the outcome of this game.
He's going to get tossed.
They win the first, they lose this one 8-7 in tough fashion.
Another look. It's another slider. And it's off the
Look,
line.
all I'm saying right here
Considering the last couple of
is you got to get an ABS system in play ASAP for moments like that.
He's saying it's not a strike.
That's fucking bad.
He's right.
That's fucking bad.
Now let's look at it with the box.
Let's see it on this.
And he's right. It wasn't a strike.
Here's the thing about these umpires, right? That zone that you're looking at on the screen right there, they have they call it like a buffer zone. So they have like 2 to 3 to 4 inches outside of the zone that the Umpires Association like grades them on. So Homeboy's gonna go back, and the way that the people are gonna grade him, they're gonna look at that and they're gonna be like,
Is it or not?
that's not a ball, or that's a strike. And that's fucked up because that's a ball. I don't know why we have a zone on the screen if the umpire's zone's not the same. But for him to call that a ball, he's right on fucking point with what it takes to be an umpire. You have to be terrible. It's really what it comes down to. Just be fucking terrible. Just have terrible eyes and you're fit to be an umpire. And a bad personality. Damn. That's tough. I'm sorry for you guys. I'm sorry for everyone. Carrie, I have not been looking at the chat. Why are Yanks so buster? What happened to home? Okay. I think that the thing that the Yankees do is they just like their whole team is just used to being like linebackers, right? And so it's kind of like there's a situation with the Yankees where their players are so fucking big. Usually, this is the most athletic their lineups have been. So there's nothing for me to say bad about it right now. But in years past, small ball wouldn't really be an option because the bases would get clogged. So if you were to go up there and you were to try to bunt, or you were to put a guy that's 6'4", 250 and tell him to bunt and then try to beat that throw out to first, like it just doesn't materialize like that usually. So I think that that's why there hasn't been a lot of small ball that you've seen in the past. I think that they could certainly do some stuff right now. They're the most athletic they've been in a long time, so they could certainly move some runners around in a unique way. And especially, like, I'm gonna be dead ass, like the way that they just created and curated some runs with getting on base and hitting a couple singles and then hitting a homer, like that's what's gonna play in the playoffs right there. So that kind of stuff will work. You just can't be just home run reliant. But again, they have a guy everyone in their lineup can hit a home run at any point, so that's what makes their lineup so fucking dangerous. Yeah, he might have had a parlay going. He really might have. The way that he threw the double barrel throw out, low key would have thrown out Jazz right there. Wanted to, probably. He definitely had a parlay. You think that bringing up Spencer Jones would be a spark? I mean, it could be something. It could be good. It could be bad. He's definitely gonna connect with some balls and hit them pretty fucking far, but I don't know. I mean, I did say in the one of our episodes that they should bring him up, but the way that they maneuvered the 40-man roster in September and only allowing like 2 extra spots, usually one of those spots is guaranteed to go to the catcher. So, and Spencer Jones has been struggling a little bit as of late, so it would be kind of hard to give him as long of a leash as what he probably needs in his first taste. I would say that he's probably going to get, he might get called up, but he's way more, like you'll probably see him on the taxi squad. He'll probably be in Tampa during the playoffs, like getting at bats in case someone gets hurt, but more than likely Spencer Jones is probably going to be playing next year. So, yeah, I mean, I think what that game really came down to right there was the wrong time to maybe put Devin Williams back in that game or back in a moment like that. And I'm not trying to be critical of him, Devin, per se, but I don't know. Look at that. Oh, that's a tough one. It's a tough one because they used Weaver, the inning before? And I was watching TV with my wife, so I don't even exactly know what Weaver did. Somehow the Astros tied it up, so it looks to be that maybe there wasn't even a right person for any of those innings, to be honest. That's just a tough way to lose for everyone. The fans, the org, the players. That sucks. James, as far as like them not calling up a guy like Jones to limit his time to save future money, nah. Like, I don't think they're really even thinking about manipulation of service time or like saving a buck right now. I think that right now it's, again, look at a guy like Jason Dominguez where he's not getting an everyday opportunity. So if he's not getting an everyday opportunity, Spencer Jones is going to be kind of in that similar spot where if Jason doesn't get a spot to play every day, then Spencer's probably not going to get a spot. And based off of how the two can play in this present moment, Jason's had more time to understand how to get ready for major league pitching, and Spencer would probably be coming up and being a little bit of a, it's like it's a new spot. He's in fucking Scranton, not in the big league. So unless you're just going to like swap those two out and give Spencer Jason's roster spot, which I don't see that happening just because of the way that Jason can run the bases a little bit, because that's really what they're going to need in the playoffs is they're going to need somebody that can come in and run the bases. So that's tough. You're going to want to use as much, like I personally think that the Yankees should just have the most athletic team that they can have out there. They have enough power to create the runs like that, have the most athletic team out there, and just rock with that. I don't think that Spencer Jones will go to the fall league. He might. Has he gone to the fall league before? I would say that he's probably not. I feel like you don't see a lot of guys in AAA go to the fall league. Especially if they get a full season of bats, and he's hit like 40 fucking homers this year. So, I don't know. He might go to the fall league, but I would say that he might not. Coach Frazier. I don't know Ben Araz. I don't really know much about that guy. to give you even an answer. So I would hate to even sit here and try to like fake it till I make it and be like, yeah, man, he's gonna be great. I don't even know what position he plays. Nothing about him. So I'll do some research on him. Is he a dog? Is he somebody that I should know about? Carrie, my Charlotte experience was fucking awesome. I loved hitting at that ballpark. So that was sick. That's a way better experience than some of those other AAA places that you play at, because being in AAA is not easy, especially whenever you showed up at Yankee Stadium and then you're like, oh, I'm showing up at yada 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 and yada 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 town, and that's just ass. So Charlotte was kind of a nice upgrade. Oh, Ben Arose is Ben Rice? Is Arose fucking Spanish for rice? I don't know that fucking shit. I think that Rice is nasty. I do think it's crazy though, right? I think it's been unique to see him go from first base to catcher to occasionally hitting leadoff. And just like, I don't know what it is with the Yankees loving to put first baseman at the leadoff spot. But to be able to, I think in a situation right now where you look and see that like Wells has kind of struggled a little bit, but he still hit a lot of homers, but Wells getting those days off and still giving Rice the chance to play catcher. I don't really know what he's like behind the plate, but he can hit. So he can hit. I think I saw 22 homers and like an 825, 827 OPS. So that's really good. They do feed you peanut butter jelly sandwiches in the minor leagues, but for the most part, it's better than just that. But I ate all my own food. I would bring all my own shit to the stadium every single day just because I'm so fucking picky as it is, and I would not want to show up to the stadium and have a situation where they're feeding me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I didn't know that that's what the meal was for the day. So you kind of got to just like roll with the punches sometimes if you don't have a place that's nice to eat. But I would eat the same food basically every day for the whole season if I was in the minor leagues, and I would just buy like an absurd amount of it. So depending on what city you're in, you got to really get lucky with some of those food spots because it is slim pickings out there sometimes. The Uncrustables were wild. I used to so you'd get on the plane, right? The plane, and every seat would have an Uncrustables in it. That's kind of funny. But every single seat of the team plane would have an Uncrustables in it, and I would just walk by and just take everyone's Uncrustables that were in the early parts of the seats. Used to love those shits. So Jack, you start high school tomorrow? It's a little late to be on this show, man. It's a little unfiltered, too, for a high schooler. I did click whenever this podcast or this episode started that this was not for children. So just know that, Jack. But hey, have a good day at school tomorrow, man. I'm not in touch with Girardi. I've reached out, but at this present moment right now, it's probably best to allow him to reach back out whenever the time comes, because that was tough. That was really tough. As far as food goes, though, you hear a lot about NBA guys. My go-to, depending on what city we were in, Chipotle sometimes, even though I hate Chipotle, hate it. I don't even know the name of it anymore. We're talking like minor league food or major league food? Major league food I ate at the stadium every single day. Never brought my food to the field once. They would just be cooking up for you, man. Cooking up. So I think I ate at Carmine's before. I think I did. Chipotle is just one of those places that you know is going to be in every single city. So it's one of those things that you can just order a plain bowl of rice and chicken and hope it's halfway decent. But I'm super picky with food, so I'm not a big Chipotle guy. How many pairs of shoes do you have? Behind me is probably like, I mean, you can't see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 rows. And it's like 16, 20 feet wide. Probably has like 150, 200 pairs behind me. Then I have on a wall right here. It's like 19 rows long, like 13 or 14 high. I don't know. Probably have like 500, 600, 700 pairs of shoes in this room that I'm sitting in. Even though as I've gotten older, I could care less about these shoes. I'm not gonna lie. I like them, but not my favorite. You think this is a warehouse that I'm sitting in right now? I'm not in a warehouse. Am I blurry right now? I tried Dominican food whenever I was in like low A, and I didn't know, this is gonna sound so like airheaded of me, but I didn't know that oxtail was actually oxtail. And the only reason I didn't know that was probably because I was like 19 and didn't even think about the fact that it was oxtail. So I had it, and as a 30-year-old person now, oxtail makes me want to gag thinking about eating that. Even though I know that with food, I can admit that like it tastes good, I'm sure, but the thought of where the food derives from sickens me. Oxtail would never go inside this body. Thank you, Carrie. She is amazing. So I appreciate that. She's fucking awesome. She's just cow tongue? Max? No way. I will never, ever eat that. No wrestling. Remember that name. Welcome back. Thanks for coming. That did put on a fucking show at the end. He made it a little bit about himself. So that kind of sucks. That's why the ABS system is going to be great, right? Because these umpires, like, hear me out. In the major leagues, so like here's the thing. In that in that locker room right now, they probably have like 12 to 15 minutes before that door is open, and then all those blood-sucking heathens that want to come in and write an article about what happened in that inning, because you know that the keyboard warriors are fucking hot right now. They're looking at that thinking like, here we go. So you have about 15 minutes to digest what goes on, but as an umpire, that dude just cost them situations that could potentially win the game for them or ultimately be the reason that they lose. It's not all on him, but that strike was the ball. And he's not going to have to face the media at all. He's just going to get in, shower, get the fuck out, log on Twitter. He probably sees the people who are calling him trash, but he knows that he's got a buffer zone that's a little bit bigger than what we know about. So he knows he's going to go home. He's going to sleep good. The umpire, and that's that. That's all she wrote. Good luck. That's why the ABS system is going to be fucking electric for the players and the fans, because you're going to look up there at the screen and you're going to see all the way down to a little fraction of where that ball clips the strike zone or doesn't clip it. And then you're going to have a moment where you get to look at that umpire and be like, yeah, wear it, dude. Hear that crowd? They're fucking booing you. So that'll be nice right there. I'm excited to see the ABS system in full effect in the big leagues, because the way that those players and those umpires just go at it right there, the game needs umpires to be accounted for, held accountable. So fuck those guys. No, yeah, they're going to be held accountable right there. They're going to know in that moment that they ruined the call. They messed the call up. And so what that's going to do is it's going to put those umpires in a situation where the whole crowd is going to be getting onto them, or in front of everybody, or look at all these people on Twitter that will just clip every single little moment of the of that game and then put it on Twitter, and then I just lost my train of thought. But they're going to be held accountable, because you'll have clips surfacing. You're going to have all kinds of people that are posting the stuff. You're going to have real life situations where they're seeing that they just ruined that call right there, and that if they do it again, they're going to have to deal with another player going like this, and then the whole crowd going like this, and then letting them know. So it's tough to call strikes and balls, I know, but you got to get it right. The Yankees just put together an inning right there that could have changed that game, and then that dude behind the plate just makes a self-inflicted wound to his own ego, or he avoids calling a strike. I don't know, bro. Whatever. Players are held accountable, man. Are umpire. Yeah, I get it. Jazz tweeted about it. What'd he say? Is that the Brett Mack that I'm thinking of right there? My pickleball Brett? PPA Brett? If that's my guy right there, then what's up, man? Damn, if he's gonna get fined for that. What's up, Brett? Thanks for joining, dude. I'm about to be headed down to Orlando here in a little while. I ended up getting into the fucking pro qualifier, so that is nice. We got in. I'm about to look up and see what Jazz posted. Check that out. Good for him. He's gonna get fined for that though. That's good. That's really good. What did he say? What did Josh Hart tweet? I'm trying to log in and see. Let's see, next. Can't even log in, whatever. It was a live stream of the game, because we're showing love to the players and whatnot, but now the game ended because the umpire decided to miss another call. Hey, Max, that's a question for Brett. Is the Orlando events going to be streamed for the pickleball? Brett, there's a lot of people in here that are all baseball fans, but I am going to do a pro qualifier tournament in pickleball. So if you want to know if it's going to be streamed, ask Brett Mack. Maybe you guys can watch me in action. Boo me one more time. Damn. The fact that he's already in his locker tweeting about that. That's really good. The PPA tour in here? Listen, again, if that's Brett on that account, that's really good. If it's not, what's up? I'm ready to go pro whenever you guys sign me. That's another thing, gang, is I'm trying to give this pickleball stuff a run. I'm not bad at it. So tell the Pro Pickleball Association to sign your boy. Be the first Major League Baseball player to go pro in pickleball. We could do numbers. Think about all the little kids in the world that want to be a baseball player and they know that they're not going to make it into the big leagues at a certain age. And they're like, well, that one baseball guy went pro, so I could go pro. No, you can afford me. You could afford me. We could work a number out. We wouldn't even have to give a certain, it wouldn't even have to be big. Let's talk. We'll talk. PPA. PPA. Yeah. Again, guys, I will be in Orlando coming up. Pro Pickleball, Pro Qualifier. I'm going to go down there and rip it. See what we got. I'm okay not playing baseball. Yes. I'm not pissed. I'm not really sad about it. I had a lot of the concussion stuff that affected my ability to play the game the way that I wanted to. And therefore, it was time to just kind of try something else. Appreciate you, PPA. Is that my guy Brett on PPA, or is PPA showing me love? Let's go. Appreciate it. Oh, that's good. I'm excited. I'm excited to get down there. Pro Pickleball. I'm going for it. Yeah, they might. I don't think the PPA doesn't give us peanut butter and jellies like the minor leagues did. So that's a plus. That's a plus. You probably eat a little bit better in pro pickleball than you do in the minor leagues for baseball. And I've been seeing that these dudes are flying fucking private. Talk about the show. Good for them. Good for them. I got to get on that. Here's another thing, guys. There's a dude that used to work for the Yankees, and now he's the general manager of the Brooklyn pickleball team. And he asked me if I want to come out and try out for their minor league pickleball team in Brooklyn. I might. I think I might. He might need to rig this thing for me. Yeah, Adam Binky or Benke. I don't know how to say his last name. I am so sorry if I'm jacking it up like that. But Adam has been great, and he wants me to come try out. So I'm hoping that Adam is like, we got you, kid. So hopefully that works out. Appreciate you, Kieran. Jack, I'm surprised that you're not in bed yet, asleep. I'm sure they get treated. I mean, they don't get treated bad. They don't get treated bad, but they're in the minor leagues. That's really what it comes down to. If that's one thing y'all should do for me, PPA, since y'all are in here, y'all need to get me a pickleball jersey. That's something that we could give away on here. Get me a custom-made pickleball jersey, baseball related, and we do a giveaway, and it just goes it goes nuclear at that point. Or something that I can like hang on my wall for the podcast episodes. That's something that we need. So look at all these accounts. I know this is Brett. Brett went from Brett to PPA to the Major League Pickleball. Let's figure it out. Yeah, bring me in. That's really good. That's great marketing right there. That's really good. You guys should give me a jersey, and we will give it out. Brett's my guy, Brett Mack. For everyone that doesn't know Brett Mack, he's the man. That dude is the plug. He's been helping Harrison and I out in every pickleball tournament that we've done. We've met people because of him, and ultimately he's just been really cool to us. So it's been sick to it's just been a sick experience, because I never thought that baseball and pickleball would cross over like that, and that they would give a shit about anything that I did from baseball, even if it was minuscule or not, to bring us out. So appreciate those guys. Yeah, 100%. You should talk to Adam about getting a 77 Frazier jersey made, and we could maybe give it out or do something related with that, because obviously with them being in Brooklyn, it makes sense. Boop 2878. You're trying to piss in my Wheaties, bud. But I got thick skin. Bud. Concussion boy. That's original. But yeah, no. We're definitely got to get that jersey made. Definitely got to get it. That'd be crazy. I will be in New York for the playoffs with the Yankees doing a live show. Maybe gonna do it at Billy's Sports Bar. Maybe gonna do it somewhere outside of like Gate 3. A live show. Maybe give away some stuff. Bring some merch. Do something that will just kind of promote the pod and ultimately just kind of draw awareness to that we are trying to support the Yankees in any way possible, because the whole shows have been about everything that they have done for me in the past or what they're currently doing right now. So that'll be sick. So, yeah, I'm going to be a Pickleball Hall of Famer. Yeah, I mean, you guys are MLP, Major League Pickleball. Y'all are seeing it right now. People would probably be interested in something baseball related. So paddles, jerseys, something that we can give away on this show would be sick. Yeah, no, I'm thinking the 4 train too. T-Way will come on this podcast too, but we're timing it out whenever his season is over. He told me on the phone that he's scared of he didn't say scared, but he's very aware of what comes with doing some social media stuff with me, and he doesn't want to deal with that in the middle of baseball season. So he would prefer to hop on the podcast whenever the season is over, so he can avoid the distractions that ultimately I know that I'm going to bring his direction. So that'll be sick. I haven't heard about the player renovation stuff. I'm sure that it's going to be next level, because the way that they upgraded that place in the last few years has been insane. So they should, because the players in the minor leagues are the guys that ultimately you're hoping and banking are going to be the future of your team. So you should be giving them all the opportunity to be the best player that they can, but don't make it a detriment to the guys. Don't be doing crazy stuff. Don't overthink it. Just let people play the game and don't overcomplicate it. Because whenever they start introducing all this stuff into the baseball players' minds, it can kind of clog it up a little bit. You know, they have a lot of information and a lot of tools to kind of make baseball not really baseball anymore, if that makes sense. Because growing up, like, you know, you draft some of these kids from wherever the hell they're from, and then all they're used to is like hitting off of a tee and doing some front toss and then doing batting practice and then a little pitching machine on the side. But then you mix in, like, they put weighted vest on. I've seen them in there where the guys are in nothing but, like, they're basically in boxers with, that's it. No shirt, no nothing, just boxers, and they're hooked up to all these sensors so they can get a feel for how their body moves and what does this and what does that. And so that can kind of overcomplicate stuff a little bit. So just let them eat. Yeah, I don't know that talking Yanks is into me. I don't think that I'm really their flavor. I know that in the past that those guys, I don't think really liked me that much. So to see a collab with them in the future, I can't really predict that's going to happen. But if they want to do something, they can. I have had interest in, I've had Foul Territory. If you guys are in with them, Foul Territory I've done a meeting with them about potentially, working with them and how that would look, So we'll see. I was only a few episodes into my podcast and spoke with them, so that was something that was cool for me. We also have a clothing brand deal in October starting. with a really cool company. I'm excited to put that out there and let you guys see how that's going to look. So starting in October, we will be rolling out. Me and Harrison, we got some sponsors rolling up. Maybe the PPA, they're in here. Maybe the PPA can sponsor this. Throw some fucking love. Do something. I don't know. Are the Yankees and the Cowboys alike, that they're more about the brand than they are about the team? They're basically the same in terms of everyone in the fucking world knows them for who they are. I mean, you can go across the country and you can see somebody's going to be wearing a Yankees hat. I don't know about a Cowboys hat, but somebody's going to be wearing a Yankees hat. They're both the same in a sense that they desperately they need to win a championship. I would like to see the fact that I would like to see them both win it. I know that they both really believe that, like, hey, we're the Cowboys, we're the Yankees, and so with that being said, it does create a little bit more pressure, I would say, because you do know that, like, you know, people will say that the pinstripes weigh a little bit more, that jersey's a little bit heavier, and what they mean by that is that pressure. So they're both the same for their sport respectively, and I think they both need to win something coming up here pretty big with that bankroll that they've got. Donnie, salute, my guy. Salute. Oh, I was at Philippines earlier this year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's I think that there was something like a few years ago where I saw a stat, again, I'm not a stat guy, but something along the lines of 1/3 of all like sports gear that's sold is Yankees related. So, and I believe it, just because you can go anywhere and see a Yankees hat. It's iconic. I have a Yankees hat sitting over there, and I put that thing back on. I was like, felt different, you know? Looked cool. Looked sick. Lafayette. Did you just hit me with a dono? Sheesh. Hold on. Let me heart that. Let me like that. $5 dono. Thank you. You really don't have to do that. I'm not here for your money, but I do appreciate that. So thank you for that. That's wait a minute. I don't know what that is. Did you donate me $5? Is that what that is? Wow. Thank you. Thank you for donating that, for real. I do appreciate that. That is very kind of you, and that's why you have the #1 logo next to you. You're the #1 in here. Yeah, I mean, Brett, you're right. Dallas hasn't won any, and the Yankees have won one, and again, both are. I think both are in desperate need of winning something. Brett Mack, $4.99. Here we go. It's like those game checks rolling in right now, boys and girls. $9.99 on the pod. Let's go. Brett, thank you. There's a sponsorship. Got my first sponsor from the PPA, my guys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. $4.99. Brett, you didn't want to go 501 to be the #1 sponsor in here? Jeez. Oh, jeez. $1.99. What's going on? What's going on? People are giving me guap. Thank you. Again, there you go. Blake, appreciate you. $1.99. Thank you. Thank you guys. Really, you guys do not have to donate me money. So I do appreciate the sponsors coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Brett, we're announcing it October 1st, but if you call me, I'll tell you who it is. It's going to be sick. It's going to be fucking sick. This is I'm really excited about this one because they have expressed that it's not going to be about hitting Max. Hold on, I'll get back to you. Max coming in with $9.99. Suddenly, I've made $21.97 tonight. So I do appreciate everyone sending me this money. Thank you guys. Now I feel like you guys are spoiling me. So thank you, Max. Brett, Blake, and Lafayette. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that. But yeah, with that sponsor, they have said that they're really just kind of like vibing with us more than looking for us to hit certain kind of numbers. So I think they know that, you know, when we put the codes out there, we talk about the stuff that people aren't going to be another dono from Lafayette. Oh, he wanted that top spot. Thank you, bro. Thank you. This is getting... Nah, I'm spoiled. I appreciate you guys. I can't even finish sentences before I'm getting paid again. These game checks keep rolling in. Thank you. Let me heart all these. Jeez. But yeah, so we will have a sick sponsor coming up here pretty soon. It's going to drop in October. Hopefully you guys can, if you haven't purchased stuff from their site before, you can get whatever you want from it, from a first-time user, and it'll be nice. It'll be sick. I think that it'll be a pretty organic collab between them, and I do think, Brett, there's an opportunity for me to be wearing some of this stuff on the court, because it's gonna be top notch. I think they do like the fact that I was an athlete slightly, if that's what you consider what I was or am, but they do like that part, so that's gonna be sick. So I'm excited for you guys to see it, because I did this one. I'm getting sponsors not even as a pro athlete anymore. That's what's cool for me. So hell yeah. Got the PPA sponsoring me, Lafayette sponsoring me, Maximum's Magic Shop is sponsoring me, Blake is sponsoring me, Lafayette sponsored me twice. Sheesh. We made it. Yeah, bro. They might sponsor you. I think they're looking for some solid 3.5 to 4.0 pickleball players in the age group that you're in. So you might fit the mold of what they're looking for. I'll see if they're looking for a solid 3.5 sponsor. Oh, guys, this is sick. This is sick. You know, Harrison has been encouraging me to do these lives, and I feel like we're going to work on the image. I'm going to try to like make it look a little bit more pro. Harrison's going to help me with that. That's his job, not mine. Two, I feel like as I do more of these lives that I need to get like a Google Voice phone number to post. Posting could be a little bit overwhelming, but maybe figure out something to where you guys can call in and I can treat it kind of like it's a radio show, and we just go from there and like obviously shoot the shit, or maybe it's like we share, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes of it. This is getting crazy. Will Cashman once said you had legendary bat speed. Do you have legendary pickleball speed? I can hit the fuck out of an overhead. And with $4.99 in my pocket, I can hit it even harder. Appreciate you guys. Lafayette, you're a tennis coach, and talking about pickleball kills you. Well, then you probably are pretty good. Lafayette, wow. You're going crazy right now. You're going crazy. Brett, with all this money, I could probably buy a few of those lifetime balls that cost $1,000 per ball right now. So, Will, thank you. Lafayette, thank you. You guys are spoiling me. This really, I am appreciative of this. So thank you for doing that. You really, again, my podcast was more about trying to give you guys some stuff. So I have a giveaway with Victus bats coming up here pretty soon. They're going to be giving me three bats to give away. Maybe I'll see if they can make like a torpedo bat so you guys can see them, because I know that people were kind of like enamored with that. They're making me like one of those Players Day weekend bats where it's going to say Life After the Show podcast on it. It's going to be like bright orange. We'll hang it on the wall. But yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway with them here pretty soon. So it is exciting for me that a couple of companies and brands are seeing what we're doing, even though we're in the early stages, and they're trying to be a part of it. So I do appreciate everyone checking this out, because this kind of like happened on a whim, and I've just been rocking with it. Seriously, one of the craziest overheads I've ever seen. Has Lifetime not sent you a bunch of balls yet? No balls were sent in this direction. Pause. I don't know, but no, we haven't. Clint, what's your advice for someone just picking up pickleball? Should one be good at tennis first? I'm trash at tennis. I would hit every single tennis ball into the woods or whatever's in the backdrop. So I don't think that you could necessarily follow my advice if I was saying that you had to be good at tennis first. I think 1, you need to just be competitive. 2, you need to be able to dink. Dinking is extremely important as far as playing that game, because some of these people you can just and then dink and then dink, and then you just wait for them to mess up. The next thing is you just have to have a little bit of like hand-eye coordination, and you have to be a forward thinker, in my opinion. You do have to think about patterns that you want to show your opponents to make them think that you're going to do something, so you can open up another part of the game to create a point off of. And so with everything that I've done in the past with baseball, there's the game planning, there's the hand-eye, overheads, like slams are the same as me, like throwing a baseball, playing defense. Even though I played it at like whatever you want to consider it level, I am still able to kind of play pickleball at a highly defensive level on the court, because it's such a small space to cover. So I think if you have any past experience where you're used to catching something or hitting something, you have an advantage. If you didn't play any sports, you still have a chance, because pickleball is for everybody. Yeah, you have a shot if you're a badminton player, especially because you know how to hit it hard as fuck. You're dealing with something going over the net, so you got a shot. If you haven't played it and you played badminton, you definitely need to go do it. Jack, what would I do if I didn't play baseball? Pickleball. That's where I'm at. I'm looking at pickleball thinking like I got an actual chance to do something. It's just a matter of I gotta get a partner I need a partner that's significantly better than me, somebody that can carry me. So that's what me and Brett were working on, as far as like finding certain kind of partners. Ironically, I have been in contact with a few pro pickleball players, but not about playing with them. But I think that they're kind of rocking with me right now, as far as they like the vibe and they like the energy that I've given them whenever we've been around each other. So yeah, Brett, Grayson Golden and I were messaging the other day. He was going to send me one of those Knox paddles. I don't know what you've got on those. He said that they're nasty, and I needed to try one out. So I think I've got a Knox paddle. I think he said it's a Padel company, but it looks sweet. So hey, Lafayette, if you want a singles pickleball tourney in high school, like, there you go. Maybe we'll run one up, man. What's up, Max? Is it Sleepian? What's up? All right, it's good to know that paddle is trash. I'm gonna just throw it out right whenever I get it. I play with a Franklin C45. if you talk to Brett, like, again, Brett's the pickleball guy. Brett's the guy that's been helping me out. Brett probably thinks that there's other paddles that might co-align with how my game should be played, but that paddle is insane. It's insane. In the way that, like, I've played baseball, and Franklin has that pickleball, baseball, cross-pollination with one another, I think that would be a great opportunity to try to work something out with them. So the Franklin C45 Dynasty 16 millimeter, I think, maybe 14 millimeter. Fucking nasty. The red one, the green one, all of them. Nasty. Yeah, I mean, the Agassi Pro is a nasty paddle too. Every single person that's got a heartbeat at the pickleball place that I play at uses something Yola related, whether it's the Agassi or the Ben Johns one. So you're in a good spot there with that Max. That Selkirk boomstick is nasty, Lafayette. That thing is crazy. That's like driving a Ferrari whenever you should be driving a Honda. You're gonna wreck if you don't know how to drive it. So can't go wrong with that one. Franklin's still my favorite paddle that I've swung so far. So if you're looking for a good paddle, Franklin 14 millimeter Dynasty C45 is nasty. So, okay. Lafayette is sponsored by Selkirk and Wilson. Wow. I need to get a sponsorship. I need to get my bread up. What the? Yeah. I feel like with some of this, we need to have like a pickleball tournament with all the Life After the Show listeners, so you can win it all. Winner gets a main draw bid, Brett? Is that what we would do? That sounds fair. Winner of the tournament gets a main draw bid. Any tournament they want. Yeah. Could be like advertising like the Forrest Gump and the Yeah. Yep, it's dope. There you go. So whenever you win the tournament, guys, and they don't give you the main draw bid, just reach out to Brett Mack. He'll get it done. He does it all. That guy's a legend. This is good. Yeah, winner plays me. Good luck. Watch your fucking lips if you leave that ball up, because it's coming in hot. It's coming in hot, and you're not going to return it. You're not. It's going to be... That shit is going to be coming back hotter than you guys have ever seen, especially now that they've got those lifetime balls. The lifetime pickleballs are insane. And Brett, that's cap. That's cap. Get on that court with me, and you'll see. You'll see. We need to set that up. But yeah, those lifetime pickleballs fly. They fly. What's up, Blaine? What's that face? What's that face for? I don't know what that face is for. Yeah. Suddenly this baseball podcast turned into a pickleball podcast. So see how quickly that happens, Brett? There's some crossover. We could, again, I want that Brooklyn pickleball team Frazier jersey. A few of them. That's what we need. 77. Yeah, you can come in here and talk about pickleball all you want. I play every single day, and I want this to, I want that to work out. I don't think that there'd be a funnier storyline that personally I could bring into my own life, which would be former Major League Baseball player turned pickleball pro. Imagine the headlines that Randy Miller or anyone in the New York media would write with that. Like, that headline is something that there's not a single fucking person that's followed my career would have expected to ever materialize that way. So we need to make it happen. Even if I need like a pickleball, like Disney Fast Pass where you guys just like let me skip the line, and I might be the worst player on the court, but we'll get there. Has Booney done the press conference yet? He's had to have done it, and I'm sure it got a little chippy. I really am. I'm sure that it got a little chippy. So hopefully they can. I would love to tune into that. I want to be asking questions. I wonder if a podcast is enough to get you like media credentials. Probably not. Not if your name's Clint Frazier. They know damn well not to do that. 446-297. Alright, I'm logged into Twitter. Yikes. If you want to see what World War III would look like, it would be a tweet if I sent one out now. That's what would happen. If I sent something out, anything right now, it would be like I committed triple murder. So, what's up, Adams? Yanks cap. McPherson brand. Postseason pod at Billy's. That is definitely that's definitely a consideration. John Boy Media I don't think they get media credentials, right? I don't think they get actually let into the locker room. Is that Keith? Is that my guy Keith? Is that who that is right there? Or no? What's up, Keith? I need to join your... Is that really him? I don't want to get fucked with. Is that really him? I need to call in, do a show one night, dude. That's what everyone on this... That's what everyone in this pod or in this episode last night was saying, that I need to work with you on some stuff. So we should definitely set that up. That'd be cool. I actually commented on your stream like maybe like 3 nights ago. And to give you even more info, I subbed to WFAN and had to wait for 5 minutes before I could comment too. So I did stick around for a few minutes, and yeah, and then you went on break, and then I went to sleep. So yeah, but good shit, man. I see your stuff. So it's good. It's good. Keep it going. We definitely should do something at some point. I don't know what it could look like, but I'm certainly looking for options during the offseason for my podcast on how I can keep it rolling whenever there's that dead period. So I think collabing, if people are interested, like me collabing with some of these Yankees podcasts, maybe bringing them on mine or something to just give the fans a little bit of attention towards the Yankees would be cool. I think that would be sick. Yeah, Matt, the way that game ended was unfortunate. It unraveled quickly in that 8th inning. I said something like, I guarantee you that at one point the Astros, if like betting numbers, the Astros were probably something like plus 400, and then it probably turned minus 2,500 real quick in the Astros' favor. Brett, see you, my guy. Thanks for joining. We'll talk soon. I'll tell you about the sponsor here pretty soon. Kieran, thanks for joining. As always, again, I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow night. Make sure I use a different fucking thumbnail Harrison was asleep, so I got shafted on the on the thumbnail, so I had to use the same one. Is that Yeezy? Yay? That's Yay? We got Yay in here? We got Yay. Damn. Yeah, no, Weaver's nasty. I actually saw some stuff with him as far as like his personality on tape, and he's kind of funny. So, makes sense. He's a little different. Makes sense. But that's good. It's like a good different. You want to trade Williams during the deadline? I don't know. I don't know what you would have gotten for that, but I know one thing is if that guy's able to turn it around at a really important time in the playoffs, he's going to be somebody that you guys are glad that you didn't trade at the deadline. So I just think that he could be used in a like a different situation right now to get his confidence up, because like I said earlier on the show, is that the playoffs are going to come around, and some of these, depending on how far they play and how far they make it, they're going to burn arms in certain innings that they can't bring back out for another appearance because just from a health reason. And if Devin Williams has been put in situations leading up to the postseason where he's comfortable and he's confident and he's able to go out there and just pitch the way that everyone knows that he can pitch, then he's gonna be a fucking problem, because you put that guy out there with the stuff that he's got, it plays, that the stuff plays, but he's just struggling a little bit right now. And I think that putting him in those situations like you did tonight, where he goes out and he has a tough inning and then he gets ejected from the game, that's not going to help him in the postseason. I think personally, if I was managing that team, I would put him in a situation to get him comfortable. And I did hear Boone say that not too long ago, that they would put him in lower level situations, and it didn't work out that way tonight. But it's all good. It's not all good, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, yeah. Jack, I think that Volpe can turn it around. I don't know what turning it around in everyone's eyes would look like, but as far as his batting average being low 200s, I don't think that he will get it up. He's not going to get it up to like 250. That's for sure. But turning it around and getting hot and showing a glimpse of what he's shown in the past over a longer stretch is certainly something that can happen. I think that with situations like him and these younger dudes, where one of the things, like this, again, this is just my own personal opinion, so it doesn't, you can take it with a grain of salt and you can just take it for what it is. But one of the things about a guy like Volpe that's tough is he's a younger dude that's coming up, and the Yankees, they don't like want to sit around and wait for the young players to materialize to be like the next big thing, right? They want like right now. We need it to be right now, because their pockets are so deep that they can go out and they can buy whoever they want. But his leash has been extremely long, and you do, if any of you do remember, Cashman did stand in front of a group of reporters last year, and he went toe-to-toe with them, saying that their development program is good and that he's going to be looking back at the reporters and telling them that they were wrong and that he was right, and that Volpe turned out to be what he said he was going to be. And it's looking like at the end of this season that those reporters are going to play that clip back whenever they see him and kind of just be like, haha, like, we told you so. And that, I mean, that sucks, because he put his nuts on the line for the dude and kept giving him opportunities, and obviously wanted to see him be the next the next great shortstop for the New York Yankees. But I think that that's one of the things that's tough is that when you do play for the Yankees, they do compare you to all of the people from the past, and that shit kind of sucks. And like, if you ask me, like, there should be no comparisons between Derek Jeter and Anthony Volpe. It should just be like, yo, he should just be Anthony Volpe, because he can't be Derek Jeter. There's only one Derek Jeter. There's only one Aaron Judge. There's only one of each person that's name is great. So give that guy a chance to go out there stress-free, and yeah, he could turn it around. Lafayette with another dono. Wow. I appreciate that. I don't know how many that is tonight. That might be 3 or 4 donos from you, man. So I appreciate it. How are you feeling about Devin Williams right now in the clubhouse? What do you mean with that? I'll answer that question. Max, see you, man. I'll probably be back on here tomorrow night, so we'll run it back. But Lafayette, what do you mean by that question? How am I feeling about him right now in the clubhouse? Let's, sure my mentions are fucking going crazy right now. What is happening? Okay, sorry I got silent there for a second. Once Lafayette comes back in, I'll answer that question. But let's see. Why the dumb question of the day? Do you think you will do a post-game live stream for most of the remaining? Yeah, I do. I think that I'm going to, as far as like these lives go. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this, if you guys like these kinds of things. One of the reasons why I like doing the live is because I've kind of found myself in some of the podcast episodes feeling like it's like too interviewy, you know, and like not me being able to kind of like talk like this. I think this gives like way more of a perspective of like how I think and how I am and my personality, and I think it will give the fans and viewers the ability to kind of be like, damn, that guy's actually not all that bad. So that's one thing that I want to do. Lafayette with another dono. Appreciate you. I didn't even get to like answer your question. But yes, I do anticipate that I'm going to do a significant amount of lives for the remainder of this. Partly due to the fact that I am getting a decent amount of engagement from you guys. This is good for me. I do get the chance to ask y'all this question. We have 50 of y'all here, so like, let me just ask this. Because this is a really important question for me, and honestly, the more answers, the better. What do you guys want the off-season podcast episodes to look like? Because there's going to be a lot of people. Hold on, I'll get right back to it. The epic thing, $4.99 dono. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry that you got knocked out by one of my foul balls and that you've never been the same since. I've never been the same since I got knocked out by the wall, so we share that together, my guy. Thank you for the donation, and cheers. If I knew your name, I would call you by it, but the epic thing, $4.99. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry. Lafayette, I'll answer this question, then I'm going to get back to what I was saying. Don't flood me with stuff. I don't want to lose my train of thought. How would you treat him in the clubhouse right now after hitting a 2-run home run and having a bull? The guys aren't going to be mad at him. You know what I mean? Like, they know that he's grinding, and they know that he's trying to do things the way that they know that he can do it. And ultimately, like, there's not a single player in that locker room that's probably thinking like, damn, he fucked that up on purpose, or he's trying to do this. So they know that they know that they got to get him going, and that the only way to get him going is to just sit here and talk about how good he is, and remind him of how good he is, and just give him positive feedback, even though it's tough. Like, because Twitter's not the same way. Like, Twitter's not for the weak-hearted. You got to have thick skin on there, and obviously people can just say whatever the fuck they want, but the locker room is a little bit different than Twitter. Anyways, let me say what I was gonna say. My turn. Now I need answers from y'all. So, yeah, I mean, he's fucked up, but you're not gonna be like mad at him. I mean, you could be internally like mad at him, but if you're going up to that dude and you're being an asshole, like, that's not going to fly. And you'll have another player real quickly probably shut that down, and then you'll be the asshole. So it's not like the situation last night where there's a lot of players or people that think that Valdez purposely hit his catcher. You know, like, that's whenever you have a problem with somebody. But, like, blowing the game, no, they're not going to be yelling at him. But anyways, let me go back to what I need to say, because this is important to me. What do you guys want to see the off-season podcast episodes look like? Because it's going to be a little bit quiet for a little while. I won't have a ton of stuff to talk about. How can I do the episodes to where you guys would be interested in listening to them? Should I try to do live podcast episodes like this instead of a live stream? Maybe like a live episode where we have stuff that we want to talk about. Maybe we could occasionally allow people to call in, leave voicemails, like get interactive with the fans, stuff like that. But that's really what my mind is going towards right now, and how I can make the most of the off-season episodes is how can I make episodes good if there's not a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Okay, player interviews is things that I'm working on. Winter meetings. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. Trade rumors for one. After season, little off-season moves. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can. Okay, this is good. Oh, you retracted it, Donnie. I don't know what you said. You as a player have plenty to talk about. Get Scott Boras on the pod. That might not be bad. I know that a lot of people have expressed interest in, like, hearing about a lot of, like, former Yankees players, but I don't know if, like, the guys that are in the 90s team, like, rock with this guy right here. Cut from different cloths. I am a little more different than them, so that might be harder. But I might be able to get some of my former teammates on here. Maybe have fewer and further in-between episodes. Yeah, I mean, I like the 2 episodes per week thing. I don't know if you guys like that, but I think that there's so much shit that goes down in a week that if I just do 1 episode a week, it's just not enough to keep up with stuff, because, like, my goal with this, guys, is to try to rival some of these other online podcasts or some of these online media companies, and ultimately just create a lane where baseball or Yankees baseball is talked about through a different lens, where people enjoy hearing what I'm saying, because it's going to be it's just going to be something that I'm not going to really shut down here pretty soon. Like, I plan on doing this for the long haul. Like, I have interest in doing this like media stuff, but I'm really working on Barstool. Like, I'm working on Barstool, trying to get them to bring me on, because I know that they struggle a little bit with their baseball stuff, and I think I could really run it up there. I think I could really run it up. I don't know if you guys are fans of Barstool stuff, but Holy shit. If I got on Barstool, I would be going fucking crazy. I mean, I could play video games, but I don't know if people will. I mean, I have a Twitch channel. You guys could watch. But, like, I don't know if people are tuning in to watch me play baseball or video games. If you are, I'll do it. But I know. I appreciate the... I appreciate you, Matt, because I think I'd be perfect for Barstool, too. They definitely need some help on the baseball side. And they have 2 headquarters, one in New York, one in Chicago. And who played for both of those organizations? All 3 of those organizations, this guy. So imagine you growing the pod to the point of Zilla saying, who has the next question? And that would be a real, like, full circle moment right there, is if Jason Zillow's having to answer my question, or Jason Zillow's having to appoint me to the next question to be asked to Booney. Because you know damn well if I asked Booney a question after the little tweet I made about him going to the football game that he's not gonna be happy. My Twitch is Cartier Clint, Cartier Clint. Cartier Clint. No, I think I can run this. I think I can grow this. It's just a matter of. I think it's just a matter of you guys being, like, really extremely honest with me and telling me what you want to hear, and me being okay with the fact that maybe I put some stuff out there that you guys didn't want to hear, and then changing to the lane that you guys do want to hear, because I'm making this shit up as I go, and I don't want to be putting stuff out there that you guys don't want to listen to. So again, I'm all for giving you guys what you want to listen to, because it's going to help me in the long term just put out the best product for you guys. That's really what this is about, is for me to be able to kind of slightly change the narrative of what baseball reporting or content delivering is about. I think that there's some companies and some media people out there that do a really good job at it, but then I think that there's kind of that lane that I could fit into where maybe my personality is a little bit different, and maybe I might resonate with a few different crowds a little bit differently. And maybe that could be something that, you know, helps me find my own lane to stay in with the baseball stuff and just give you guys ultimately a good product. So that's really what I'm going for, is, yeah, the authenticity. I want to just put a product out there where you guys are like, this dude's just being himself. He's just saying it how it is. If you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't like it, like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Like, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. And if you tell me what I need to work on, then I'll work on it. Because this isn't like baseball where tweets are flooding in and people are like, you need to fucking stop doing this. It's like, yeah, I'm not working on trying to hit 99 anymore. I'm working on trying to put a product out there that people want to listen to and people like to fucking be a part of. Let's see. Clint, this year in the pinstripes, I honestly think if you didn't have those, yeah, the concussion stuff was tough. So, but I appreciate you dropping in and saying that. Jack, the content is good. I appreciate that too. Jess, it's good for baseball. All right, Tasmoth, yeah, I already said that. In the back row, Clint Frazier with Barstool. I can see it now. I can see my little fucking media credential pass with my little smirk on it. Maybe put some eye black on my pass. Just being like, yeah, that's me. I got the next question. You would be perfect for a show called On the Farm. I don't know what that show is, but I might need to check it out. That glove is missed out there. I don't know if that's a facetious comment or if that's real. I don't think people miss my glove in the outfield, man. I'm just being real. there were so many times that I was struggling with the concussion stuff towards the end of the baseball career, where me being in the outfield was just a mega detriment to everyone involved. Everyone involved. And so I don't know if my gloves missed. Yeah, the bandana headband was nice. That was nice. Whew. A lot of guys wear headbands at pickleballs. The show hasn't even started. Should start a show called On the Farm. I'm slightly confused. You want me to start a show called On the Farm? Or there is a show called On the Farm? I mean, yeah, they talk to me about defense all the time, but if I'm being like completely real with you guys, like no bullshit, my issues with the defense. Okay, so like I've never actually came out and said this. So here you go. Here's your first time hearing this. When I suffered the first concussion, I hit the back of my head on the scoreboard in Bradenton, Florida. And I got a concussion that was considered a vestibular concussion. So a vestibular concussion shows up in many forms. And one of the forms that it showed up for me was that left and right movements with my head and up and down movements with my head caused me to feel significantly imbalanced. And so I'm looking at my laptop thinking I'm talking to that camera. So I would feel significantly imbalanced as far as like, imagine when you wake up in the morning and you get like 4 hours of sleep and your head just feels like super groggy and you feel like super slowed down. Like I kind of lived in that state every single day for a long time. And so when you start talking about a ball flying through the air at 100 plus miles an hour, it's a little windy, maybe it's shaded in the outfield, maybe there's sun, all these things that are factored in. And I'm running too, by the way, because very rarely did I just like catch it. God, I got the hiccups. Very rarely did I just like catch the ball, hit at me perfectly. Whew. So with all that being said, they would talk to me about these things, and I think that like they knew that I was still struggling with them pretty badly, because you could see that in 2019, like I was really struggling out there, and that's right after the 2018 concussion. And then 2019 finishes and I'm struggling with defense, but 2020 rolls around and I had a lot of time to get over that. So one of the things that helped me a lot in 2020 was there were no fans in the stands. And so the no fans in the stands helped because that eliminated the crowd noise. And crowd noise made me feel, again, like I was like partially drunk. That's the best way to put it. So when the fans were eliminated, I didn't feel that like imbalanced feeling in my head every time I like looked up and down, because I wasn't like triggered. And so at the end of the 2020 season, we're playing the Miami Marlins. I think it was the Miami Marlins. It might have been the Blue Jays. I think it was the Blue Jays, actually. And I went for a ball in the right field wall, and I went to jump, and I kind of hit the side of my head on the wall. And once I hit my head on the side of the wall, I got rattled again. And so the end of the season happens and I'm starting to feel these concussions again. So if you look at the way that 2020 ended, I went like maybe 1 for 25 to like finish the season. So that was something that I was like really struggling with. So 2020 playoffs roll around and I'm feeling these symptoms again. And so these symptoms just, they don't like just, it's not like a regular injury where you can just like work on that spot and show rehab to it and get that figured out. Like with the concussion stuff, it was like there was a lot of things that could make my symptoms really set off even more. So I just didn't feel right, and I went the whole 2020 offseason still feeling pretty fucked up. Yeah, that home run that I hit, I almost pulled myself out the game before the game. I mean, I think I drank, no lie. I'm not even fucking kidding. I think I had like maybe 4 double shots or triple shots, like coffees to try to like really like overload and put a lot of caffeine in my brain to kind of like almost like kickstart that thing, because it felt like I was super slowed down. But with all that being said, I never really got over it going into the 2021 season, and it showed, because you could just see the defense was back into a spot where like I was like, you could tell once my head went up into the air, like that ball looked like it was like doing this all the time. And so that goes with the same notion of like, if I say that if I'm having trouble with left and right movements, like think about when you step in the batter's box and I put my head to the left and I'm looking forward. Well, we ended up finding out something along the lines of that when I went and saw some of these doctors. So I saw like, God, I need to save some of this shit for an actual podcast episode. But I went and saw some of these like ocular therapists, so eye therapist people, and they were able to show based off some testing that my left eye was affected, right? So my left eye was slightly affected, meaning that I wasn't seeing things, or it wasn't picking up things as quickly as my right eye. So when my left eye is the eye that's leading, I was struggling seeing the ball, looking to the left, and then leading with the left eye. So you factor in everything that I just told you guys. I never came out and said any of these things because, one, every time I got vulnerable and like spoke about the things that I was like physically going through in my own rehab, it just only made my situation harder to get back on the field, which is ultimately what I was trying to do. So I kind of just didn't say a whole lot about it, you know what I mean? Because it's just one of those things that what am I gonna do? So you just kind of like roll with the punches. That's kind of what I did. Just roll with the punches the best that I could. So yeah. My Lafayette, $10. Sorry, I didn't see that. I got disconnected from my laptop. My cat is fucking sprinting down these. $10 dono. I do appreciate that. Love the vibe. Got to bounce. We'll always check in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sponsoring. And ultimately, just thanks for being cool, bro. Appreciate you, Lafayette. Yeah, I mean, if you guys went through anything similar to that, you know, it's tough. And so that really in this moment, like no bullshit, like I mean this, like that shit derailed my career, and it was too hard for me to kind of get it back on track after that, because ultimately, like one thing that I can tell you guys, I can't remember the exact number, but every player has like a medical file, and some players' medical files might have 20 pages. Mine had like 185. And so 185 pages of medical injuries or just like notes of some sort, that's hard to co-sign signing that player. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where I was just in a tough situation where with the concussion stuff, my physical body was perfectly like fine and perfectly able to do everything, but cognitively things just weren't able to get to where I needed them to get in the short amount of time, because the off season is so short, and you have X amount of time to heal these things. And again, I felt like I was kind of like in a state of anxiety for a while because I can't even sit here and tell you how many different specialists I got sent to because they were trying to find out exactly like what was going on. So, and then I'll be real. Like, here's the reality of this, right? So with the concussion stuff, like a concussion isn't, so when you have your initial concussion, you'll have a little bit of inflammation in your brain, or maybe if you have like a significant blow to the head, that'll show up on, my cat's going berserk, that'll show up on the like the MRI or the CT scan, whatever they do. I don't know, I can't remember what they do. That'll show up, but after a certain amount of time, that gets healed, but you still have symptoms that come with it, and you still deal with some of these things that come with the concussion. And so because mine were so prolonged, in my own opinion, it kind of got to the point to where I think that people stopped believing that I was dealing with these things because they couldn't find physical proof to show it. They just had to trust what I was saying. But the only thing that I can say, sitting in this chair right now, is look at Anthony Rizzo and see how much it affected him. And he's a guy that no doubt the team is going to believe what he has to say, but then think about my personality and think about how my career went with them. There could be some moments where maybe the people would be like, he just wants out of here. He just wants to go somewhere else. So I do believe that a lot of people believed what I was going through, but I think that some people that played a big role in my situation did not believe it, and it transpired the way that it did. So with all that being said, I'm sitting here making a fucking podcast now. Yikes. Let me get back to the comments. I just went on a fucking tangent. Yeah. Let's see. Do players usually just play through injuries until they can't? Yeah, I mean, most times players will try to like deal with it, but sometimes it turns into a situation where, like, depending on the type of injury that you have, like, you can either like manage it or you just can't do it. And with the concussion stuff, like, I just looked like a fucking jackass trying to do the things that I should have easily been able to do. And it was that was a fucking tough spot for me because I just like was a guy sitting on the shelf waiting for all the dust to come off me, and more dust just kept collecting, and I couldn't get shined up. Oh, here we go. Appreciate you, Yusuf. I still am him. Yeah, I mean, it does come down to the trainers, but we'll get into that another day. I need to be careful with what I say about stuff like that. Appreciate you, Blaine. That's what I was going to... Yeah, Rizzo went through the same shit, and look, he didn't get signed the next year. Not to say that like was played a big role, but you get a couple of those concussions, man, and you don't go to the right person to get you dialed back in. Okay, I'll say this. Here's the last thing, maybe the last thing I'll say about the concussion stuff, right? Here's the one thing that was crazy with the concussions for me. I'm not going to like completely go into it because I need to save some stuff for you guys. I need to have y'all hearing this on my podcast. I got sent to multiple specialists, and one of the specialists that I went and saw prescribed me a certain type of medication, and that medication was a sedative. And so think about me trying to hit a Major League Baseball pitcher throwing 100 miles an hour, and I'm on a sedative in the batter's box, and I'm already dealing with something that's considered to slow me down from the concussion, and then I'm now on a sedative, so that I'm going to be even more slowed down. And I played a significant amount of games on that sedative and didn't go well. And then once I got off the sedative, my symptoms that I had got even worse. So I was kind of in a situation in my own personal life where it was like, damn, I don't even want to be taking this medication because, one, it's not working, and it's fucking me up in other ways too because of the prescription that it was. But it was just tough because I felt like I kind of like had to do some things that I didn't want to do just because I wanted to play on that. I wanted to play. That's really what it comes down to. I knew that there were guys that were going to take my fucking spot. Yeah, I mean, Donnie, you're right. I was on certain type of medication that I didn't laugh. I didn't smile. I didn't know who the fuck I was, honestly. And that's kind of crazy because you're obviously seeing right now, like, I mean, I can giggle. That's a funny word to say. I can laugh. I can smile. I can do all these things. But I kind of felt like whenever I was on that medication that I was not the same. Wasn't the same dude that I was. And once I got off it, I was right back to being me. But those medications have a half-life and will stay in your system for a certain amount of time. So I was fucking not dealing with things the way that I wish that I just wasn't doing things that I wanted to be doing. I was kind of having to do things just because I was desperate, you know? That's really what it comes down to. I wanted to play, and I knew that my window was fucking closing because I was dealing with something that was taking a significant amount of time for me to get over. So it was kind of like, fuck, either I go out there and just play through it and hope that I can fucking play good, or I just soak up the last memories that I'm going to get out here because I'm not playing well. Yeah, 2021 was tough. That's whenever I was like really, that's whenever I was dealing with it the most. Again, I will save, maybe some of these can be some off-season episodes, but I'll get into the concussion stuff more because I do still get messages from people asking about things that maybe I did to help get over the symptoms because they're dealing with their own type of symptoms. And just the fact of the matter is that I'm still dealing with certain types of symptoms that I fully never got over. And I don't think that anybody really knows how to like fix them yet. I think that's the one thing with the concussions is I don't think that people fully know how to fix it. Yeah, I think they just stick around for a little while. And one of the hardest things for me, this is crazy to say, one of the hardest things for me was like going to like a grocery store or going to like a mall, and the amount of like, what's it called? Traffic, like in the walkways, right? Like you're like walking down the aisles and there's like so many different people walking past you, and just like all these objects that you're constantly seeing that you're passing, like those things could make me go from feeling normal to feeling like, wow, I just like someone spiked my drink type feeling, where it's just like this shit, if I can't even go to the grocery store, like it's GG's in that batter's box. So that shit was tough for me. But here's the flip side of this. I will say this. I'm still getting stuff, people saying I got CTE. I don't have CTE. People are telling me that I'm just like fucking, my brain is mush. My brain is not mush. I'm a perfectly functioning human being that went through some stuff that sucked, but ultimately I made it out on the other side, and I'm gonna try to make the most of whatever opportunity that I'm given in this this content era that I'm on. So let's go. Yeah, Jack, I mean, you don't have to feel sorry. It's all good, man. Yeah, everything that you're saying, Devin, I went through it every single day. Expressed those same things to everyone that was asking those questions to me every single day. So that stuff is not easy to deal with. So anyone that has a concussion issue in the future, I sympathize for you. It's not a fun road to go down. So Yeah. Donnie, good luck, man. Good luck. Why do you think, I think it's, what do you think was the main factor for the Yankees driving away Girardi? All right. I'll answer this. I got like a few more minutes, just because it's almost 1 a.m. I think that there's a lot of things that went into the Girardi thing. I really do. But this is my opinion. Again, this isn't coming from a source that I can remember. I just know that being in the locker room, you're one of these people that your manager gets swapped out, you have a new guy come in, and then you start asking questions to people that might know the answers. I'm not going to say who told me this because I can't fully remember, but I do know that it was somebody that kind of knew what they were talking about, I would say. But one of the things that I heard about the Girardi thing was we were playing the Cleveland Indians in the playoffs. And I don't know if you guys, I'm going to kind of butcher this slightly, but one of the things that I think really bothered them, that was maybe like one of the final straws, again, don't quote me completely, but this is just like a under the grapevine or through the grapevine thing, was I can't remember the batter. I think it was Francisco Lindor. I think that there was like a pitch that they think that hit him and he didn't challenge the call through the replay booth. And they could have, God, I'm butchering this slightly. Yeah, it had something to do. Yeah, it was Chad Green was pitching. It had something to do, and then a grand slam was hit immediately after. So I don't know. I can't remember the full scope of exactly how it went down, but I know that they know that he fucked up that moment and did not, ultimately challenge it, and that it could have been a moment that knocked us out of the playoffs. We obviously won that series, but that was something that I heard multiple times, was that people were very upset that he did not challenge that play, especially in a situation where you're in the fucking playoffs. And that was like the loudest I've ever heard a stadium after that. And so when you think about it like that moment right there could have changed everything for the playoffs. So it's just one of those things where I think that maybe Girardi was maybe a little bit more like, I'm going to kind of do this my way, but obviously he listened to things that the team wanted him to do, but I think he went a little bit against the grain a little bit more than Booney. And I think that when you do that, you better fucking hope that everything that you're going against the grain with works in your favor, because if it doesn't, you're going to have to pay the piper. So, yeah, that's something that I heard. Probably wasn't the only reason. I think he'd been there for a while. I think they were looking for, new blood. But yeah, with all that being said, that's all she wrote for that one. That was the loudest I've ever heard a stadium. That was honestly you should go look that shit up. Francisco Lindor Grand Slam playoffs, and listen to that crowd. Loudest I've ever fucking heard it. So go listen to that shit later, and then you'll hear why it was fucking scary that we that we didn't challenge it, because it could have changed the entire fucking landscape of that playoffs. There would have been no the Astros stole it from the Yankees type playoffs if that turned in the Indians' favor. So, I mean, I think the next GM of the Yankees is going to be Cashman. I don't think that guy's going anywhere, And I think that one thing that you guys would need to be prepared for, which I think a lot of people would be like, whatever, it'd be okay. If Cashman got fired or if Boone got fired, both of them, and I mean both of them, would be at the top of every other team's list to get. So if you want to see them gone, just know that they will be swooped up fast. And any success that another team has would be with your guys that you just had. So that would be tough. Can anybody translate what was just written right there? I would love to know what that says and to acknowledge that person. Translate. It says Shinhee. Yeah. Again, if you want to see those guys go, just be ready. It's like dating an ex-girlfriend. She's gonna have a new boyfriend fast, and you're gonna see it everywhere. So be ready for it. If that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. So downtown goes Frazier. Gang. So no, I don't think you should get rid of Stan. That's insane. He's going crazy right now. He's gonna look what the guy does in the playoffs every year. That's what you need in the playoffs. That's what you're gonna get. Especially because with some other people, you might need him to pick other guys up. That guy hits fucking nukes. No, Cashman's done good in 2025. I don't think he's done bad. I do sometimes wonder what their thought process is with hoarding the prospects that they've got. You have Spencer Jones to talk about, where maybe really what the fuck are they gonna do with that guy? Imagine, okay, let's just fast forward into next year. Do you want Trent Grisham to come back? I'm assuming the answer is yes. The way that he's swinging it right now. So let's say you get Trent Grisham. Do you want Cody Bellinger to come back? Yeah. I think the answer is fucking yes to that. So there goes another spot in the outfield taken. So Judge's going to play right field. Cody Bellinger's going to play center field or left field. Grisham's going to play center field. And then where's Jason Dominguez going to play? Where's Spencer Jones going to play? So I think that when you factor in what Cashman did at the deadline, it's going to be interesting to see how the players that he held at the deadline end up materializing to what 2026 is going to look like. So Spencer Jones is somebody that they probably should have fucking traded him. I'm going to be honest. They probably should have traded him. Belly does not need to play first, though, because of how good he is in the outfield, in my opinion. You can plug him in the outfield, and he can just go out there and do whatever the fuck he wants at all three positions, and then you could occasionally put him at first. But I think that you would be doing him a disservice by only putting him at first. Does Spencer Jones... Does he play first? Have they put him at first? I know that I saw him in center field in Scranton. To me, that's insane. I'm sorry. Because he's not going to play center field for the New York Yankees. Let's be real. So you don't need to be playing him ever in center field out there in the minors. He's never going to play center field. Maybe once every 10 years. So he's not going to play center. So, don't put guys in the minor leagues in situations that they're not going to play. So, but yeah. But that's the thing. So, with everything that I'm saying right now, we could very well be put in a situation this offseason where I'm on the podcast and all of us are like, Spencer Jones just got fucking traded. Or Brian Cashman's going to be like, Spencer Jones is our fill-in-the-blank here player. So, it'll be tough. it'll be tough. I think he's going to strike out a lot. I think he's going to hit a lot of homers, but I think he's going to strike out a lot, which is going to, I don't know. I think he'll be fine, but I don't know what kind of player he's going to be completely. I don't know who in my mind he's going to be completely. Give me like 1 second. My computer's about to die. I'm about to grab my laptop charger. It's 4 feet from me. I'm not going anywhere. Hold on. But yeah. I mean, is that even working? Nah. Do you guys want Spencer Jones to be a part of this team, or do you want to see him traded? All right, it's charging. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Like, I mean, I think with a guy like him right now, where he's obviously somebody that's consistently talked about, fans clearly know that, you know, he's in a unique spot where maybe he's not going to be playing as much as they want him to. And then here's the other side, okay? If you don't give that guy an opportunity to play in the big leagues for your team, and let's say you only use him as a player that's getting 10 at-bats every week, you know, like here and there, garbage time at-bats, kind of like what they're doing with Dominguez a little bit right now, where it's just like plug-and-play at-bats, his career is going to be, it's just going to be a unique follow, you know, because it's like, the human element of it is Spencer Jones deserves a chance to play in the major leagues, but the selfish part of it is like, we're going to hold on to this guy because we might need him in a situation. It's like fantasy football. If you guys play fantasy football, you load your bench up, and then that waiver time comes around and you're looking at guys where you're like, I don't want to get rid of it. Like, really, Major League Baseball is just like 30 owners playing fantasy baseball in a league, like a really expensive buy-in league. That's really what it's coming down to. So it's kind of tough to be a part of whenever you're that guy that doesn't have that fucking automatic spot. So I hope he gets a chance. I mean, I would be willing to say that he wants to be a New York Yankee, but he also probably wants to have an opportunity to play in the major leagues, and that might not come here. We'll see. Hopefully it does. He deserves it. Clint Cashin kept he kept him, but they're gone, right? I think I saw Peraza give up a home run to Kyle Higashioka the other day in a garbage time game, so it's just like, that sucks. So, I mean, I think that Duvall has got some nasty shit, but how many more years do the Yankees have him for? I think that's one thing that they did pretty well with the deadline this year, was that they did get some guys that they could have for like a while to come. So I think Duvall will get it. I think it's tough to come into an organization where everybody is openly saying that if we don't win the World Series, it's a bust. And so that creates like a surplus amount of attention to every little thing that you do, versus when he was in San Francisco and maybe doing what he did tonight in San Francisco, it's not going to be plastered all over the internet or all over the streets. And your life changes significantly once you become a Yankee. So if you're not fully ready for it, you will be introduced to it extremely quickly, whether good or bad. That's the one thing. Yeah, again, that's the thing that Cashman did really well, was he grabbed some guys with some team control. So if things end up working out with these players where, you know, they do well towards the end of the stretch and there's a way to dream on them and be like, yeah, that's our fucking guy moving forward. They've got these dudes for a significant amount of time. But like on the flip side of it, I'm not like hating. I'm really not. I'm just like trying to play devil's advocate right here. I think they sign a third baseman this offseason, or they trade for one. Even though McMahon has 2 or 3 more years left on that contract, I can't see him being the starting third baseman next year. And I'm not saying that to be a dick, but it's just like they need third base to be somebody that's hitting 30, 35, 40 homers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they got in many years in the past. So I think that one's, I think he could be on the roster, and he could be a guy that comes in and like plays defensive third baseman baseball for them in like the 8th, 9th inning, kind of like a defensive replacement. But if there's an opportunity for them to go land a big fish, that fish is getting fucking caught. So no, I don't, and again, I'm not, that's the other thing is I think they get a new shortstop this offseason potentially. And I don't even want to say that to sound like a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm, again, one part of this podcast is going to be where I'm not going to like try to like trash players. I'll say my opinion, but it's not going to be like I'm going on there like looking for blood. But I have a hard time believing that they go into this offseason with him, with Volpe being their shortstop next year. And that's, again, that's not me. I'm not trying to rock that boat. I think it's just the writing is on the wall unless he goes fucking nuclear to finish the end of this season. And he's going to need to play some fucking solid defense in the playoffs. All right, Jack. Appreciate you, bud. Have fun at school. I don't think... Are you talking about, Devin, are you talking about Caballero being the shortstop of 2025 or 2026? I don't think Caballero is the shortstop in 2026. I don't. Now, here's a hot take. I think Anthony Volpe would be the best backup shortstop in the MLB for whoever they go out and get. But yeah, I don't think Devin, I don't think that Caballero is the starting shortstop next year. I think Boone said it the other day. I was like, damn, that was kind of low-key. It's like low-key disrespectful. But he wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but to hear it that way, he was like, he's the ultimate 12th man. And it's like, that means he's not one of the starters. So that's kind of tough. I think with the way that their roster is constructed right now, that they've got some dudes that have a lot of time left on their contracts, and they have some control of them, and they're going to be in a situation where some of these dudes are going to get traded that they just got, or they're going to be sent to the minor leagues. Like Volpe could easily be somebody that another team is looking at, like, we're going to go see what the Yankees are saying about this guy, you know? And so who knows? I think that Volpe could be on the block. I don't think he's going to AAA. I think that they'd be... I don't know. I don't know what their thoughts are with that. That one's an interesting one. Well, this is all good. Yo, you guys are fucking priming me for this off-season baseball talk. I'm getting ready to go. You guys saw, if anyone's still in here from the game tonight, I said that Belly can't hit a home run right here or the game is over. So one prediction came right because they ended up losing after he hit the fucking homer. So maybe something with Volpe for the better. Maybe he'll get traded. Maybe he'll get an opportunity where he can go out there and just play baseball instead of having to deal with everything that he's dealing with right now. Whew. Appreciate you, Evan. Appreciate you. You think it's better for the Yankees to be a wild card and keep playing versus a bye? Seems like they're so streaky. Don't people who haven't the teams that have notoriously had these first round buys end up losing immediately after? There is a lot of downtime in between the days, so there could be something to that. But there is also another element to, depending on how that first round goes, you blow out some arms and you burn some arms and you're kind of on fumes for this series to follow. But I don't know. I think the cliche answer would be that we want that 1 seed just because it does give you a little bit more time to rest. So yeah, I mean, G could have easily hit a home run right there. He hit that fucking bomb in the first inning or his first at bat, so could have easily done that. But, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that lumbar guy looks good. His pants are a little tight. Saw how tight they were. His pants are tight. He's got some swag though. He's gonna be fine. All right, Jared. I'm glad you said that. I said this last night. I don't know if anyone in here is in here from last night fully. I know no wrestling IQ's back. I can't remember everyone else. But Jared, let me just call it what I said last night. Is it Slitter? Is that how you say his last name? Schlittler? I don't know how to. Is that how you. Slitler. Okay. Maybe I'm saying it right. I know I could just say Shitler, whatever Ryan Rucco said the other night. But I'm just say Cam. Cam is a dog right now. I think I heard something that said that he was throwing low 90s in the in low A, high A, and then now I saw 102 the other night. So hear me out. If the Yankees get in a situation, and I think that which Kevin is this? What's up, Kevin? If the Yankees are in a situation where Cam has pitched maybe, let's call it game 3. I think he'd be game 3. He's definitely going to be a starter in the playoffs. How can you not? I think Cam's the type of dude, and this is another one of my predictions. Cam is the type of dude that I think that you will see. He'll close out a game. They'll put him in a high leverage situation to where if they're in a make or break moment, kind of like that situation a few years ago where Garrett Cole was in his walk year with the Astros, but he was warming up in the bullpen, about to go out there and try to close out the 9th or something, because these pitchers are so used to throwing a longer pitch count that whenever you put them in some of these high leverage situations where, they might only see 3 batters, their shit plays like fucking absolute magic. And it's one of those things that Chapman, because Chapman started some games early in his career and then went into the bullpen, and it's holy shit, this dude in the bullpen is the best pitcher ever. Cam could be one of those guys that the playoffs rolls around and the right moment comes up in the right time, and you see that motherfucker out there in the bullpen warming up, and he's going to come in throwing 105. maybe not 105, but he's going to hit some 103s, and he's going to absolutely fuck on them. So remember that. Just remember that. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think Cam is an absolute beast right now. He's doing really good, especially for his first dose in the majors. But I expect October is going to roll around, and he's going to play a big role in a big inning outside of his starting pitcher spot. He's going to be throwing fucking fuel. So yeah, appreciate you, Kevin. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I mean, when Cole comes back, he'll be fine. I don't know how old he's going to be at that point, but that ligament's going to be intact, and he's going to be ready to go. He might be throwing 106. Who knows? So, we'll see. Some guys come back just throwing absolute fuel with the Tommy John surgery. Yeah, I mean, Cole plays a big role for those young pitchers. You know, they come up and they know that he got $300 million. They know that he won a Cy Young, and they obviously know that whenever he speaks, he knows what the hell he's talking about. So, you know, Cole's information on pitching might not be for every single pitcher, but I think that you would be doing yourself a disservice to not at least listen to what he's saying and filter what might work for you, because his repertoire of pitches is a little bit different than what some of the other pitchers' stuff might be. So you put the right player around him and let him cook, and he could make a fucking good meal. So that's what it comes down to. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to like talk bad about McMahon. I just think that I can't imagine that he's going to be the starting third baseman for the Yankees with the numbers that he's got. He just doesn't give me the vibes that I feel like they want, you know? We know what they want. They had Alex Rodriguez over there. That's what they want. They want a guy like that that's going to hit a high clip of a batting average with a lot of home runs and play the defense that McMahon plays, because he plays solid over there. He's nasty. He plays good over there. But when the quote that I'm watching the game tonight, and there's a quote on the screen that he's saying, like, I fucking suck. It's just like, yeah, I can't imagine you're going to be the third baseman for the team next year if you're openly saying that you suck. So McMahon's defense is solid, but who's going to stop a player of that hits 30 home runs and plays the same amount of defense that he plays, but has a higher than a 708 OPS? Because that doesn't play. That doesn't bring value to the team from the offensive side if your OPS is, I don't know what league average OPS is this year, but you need something that is, the third baseman has to slug. That's what it comes down to. He has to slug. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that he was getting paid $32 million over the next 2 years. That's insane. That's insane. I don't know. I don't want to get like clipped for saying any of these things, and people say that I'm trying to run McMahon out of town. He's a solid player. I think they're going to be in a unique situation this offseason and have a few guys that they could potentially move, and maybe. But here's the thing. I feel like with the Yankees, some of these teams, whenever it comes to like the negotiation tactics of like trading with these players or trading players with the Yankees, is they really, really try to like bend them over the barrel and absolutely gut them. And that's why you see some of the prospects get hugged, in a sense, is that teams are like, we're not just going to give these guys any more players. You're going to have to give us the better players. And that's where it becomes, again, I said fantasy baseball, fantasy football, we all try to fuck our friends over in those trades. So that's really what it comes down to, is that I think that the Yankees being the Yankees, that these other orgs are like, we're going to try to fuck these guys over to get what's ours. So I don't know if they'll get able to move all the pieces that they might want to move, but I think they'll move a few. Damn, it used to be like 750 plus whenever I was there, so it's going down. It's going down. So, damn. Yeah, tough. Yeah, I mean, I think Grish is going to probably outprice himself too. I don't know what he's going to get, but he's going to get 3 to 4 years. He's probably going to get 65, 70, 80 million dollars whenever it's all said and done. Might be wrong on that, but he's going to get a lot of money. He's going to get more money than any of us have in this fucking chat. So, good for him. He's doing it in his walk here, and his walk here is the perfect time to do it. So, yeah, and he's young. I didn't realize how young he was. He's like 28 or 29. I thought he was like 32, 33. He doesn't look 28 to me. But I think it's just because he's got that sleepy swag, that like effortless aura. So, yeah. Belly's got to come back. I think if they let Belly walk, they fucked up. I think he wants to come back too. You know what I mean? I think that Belly's one of those dudes that he's only played for like premier teams, the Dodgers, the Cubs, and the Yankees. And like can you really see him going back to one of those two teams that I just mentioned other than the Yankees? I don't think so. I think he's going back to New York. I think he likes it there. I think you guys like him there. But like, what really, like, the fact of the matter here is how many $300 million players on a roster can you have and still go out and get the players that you want to keep? Like, they have Judge on $300 million, they have Stanton on $300 million, and they have Garrett Cole on $300 million. So that significantly hampers their ability to kind of go out and give another $200+ million contract to other people, unless they were like Soto, 700 fucking million. But not all those guys come around as often as that guy. But I think they'll retain Cody Bellinger. I do. No, I know. I said that he was going to spend $700 million. I know that he was, but I'm just saying it's harder to justify it for other players that aren't Soto. I think that they could justify it for Cody Bellinger. Doesn't Kyle Tucker hit the market this year? I know some people have been a little down on him lately. I know he had has a fractured finger or like cracked bone or something. But I think Cody Bellinger is the right guy to go. I'm not saying that he goes with I'm not saying to go get Kyle Tucker. I think that Cody Bellinger is the move over Kyle Tucker, if I'm being honest. Even though Tucker's really good, I just think that Cody Bellinger, as far as like what the Yankees situation consistently is it's like, damn, they always need somebody in left field, Somebody's got to play left field, and that you could put Cody Bellinger in all three of those positions, so, and first base, and steal some bags. Seems like a Yankee to me, but that's just me. Yeah, I think we're all agreeing on this right now, is that Belly might be the move over Kyle Tucker. Again, no shade, just different strokes for different folks. I think that Cody Bellinger's, I think he's a good Yankee. He's a great Yankee. Cody could play fucking shortstop for all we know. You know, that's how good of a player he is. I bet you could throw him at fucking short. Throwing that thing lefty, who knows? Why not? Put him at short. Oh, here we go. Yeah. The contracts are always, like, funky. They're always funky to see, like, how'd that dude get 15 fucking years? Or that dude only got 2 years or 3 years or whatever. So I will be interested to see what Cody gets because dude, like, low-key, like, let me be real with you guys. Like, what a crazy story. That guy went from being NL Rookie of the Year, right? And then he won the MVP, hit 49. I think he broke Mark McGwire's rookie home run record or something like that. He was on track to have, like, a $300 million contract. And then he struggled. And then he was, like, only getting a 1-year deal, and so went from being like could have gotten a $300 million deal to getting only a 1-year deal, and then went back to getting like another couple years to now he could get like 10 years, 300 mil. It's been like a crazy ride. I mean, think about how many guys that could have hurt their career that badly, revived their career, and then got another fucking nuke of a contract. So yeah. I mean, hey, if they say that I said he should play shortstop, fuck it. They're only bringing attention to the podcast because that's what we need. But the New York Post does headline hunt. That is for sure. And one thing that I know that the New York Post loves is they love some Clint. They love it. Dead Dinks. Hey, Clint, I know you're a pickleball player and I'm watching a pickleball apparel company. Would love to send you a couple shirts. Yeah, Dead Dinks. By all means, you can send some stuff. Your best bet as far as getting me those things would be to send me a message on Instagram. And I'm working on a P.O. box. My co-host on the channel has a P.O. box, but I'm trying to see if he's comfortable with me giving it out. So send me a message on Instagram if you have it. And if I get a P.O. box address, I will send you the P.O. box address. But I appreciate you. That's sick. Cool. Yeah. Instagram's the best way to get me for things like that, just because it's, you know, more of a personal message. You tweet me, I'm not going to see it. It's going to go crazy. Yeah, Donnie, thanks for showing up, bud. I'll probably be here again tomorrow. I think I plan on doing these for the most part, like most of these nights. Yeah. Salute. On that note, I might head out too, guys. It's fucking 1:32 in the morning and I'm talking ball. I need to keep these episodes rolling for tomorrow. So first things first, I do appreciate you guys even being here to want to hang out and even ask any kind of questions about baseball and have any kind of reason to love what I'm saying or hate what I'm saying. So thanks for showing up for that. This shit's been cool. And I appreciate you guys. So I'm probably going to head out with you guys. Feels like all of us are kind of like seeing the pillowcases laying on our beds and we want to go lay on them. So appreciate you guys. And as always, I will be back tomorrow. So join in. I don't know if there's a time that works for you guys. I don't know if you want me to hop in like towards the end of the game. I don't think I'll do the full game, but let's run this shit back again tomorrow. And if any of you guys are in here that donated from earlier, thank you again for that. That That was nice of you guys. I appreciate y'all. So, all right, gang. Let's do this shit again tomorrow. I'm on 2% battery on my phone. So, cool. Perfect timing. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, Jonathan. Yes, sir, man. Hell yeah. Get it, man. Get it. All right. See you guys. Thanks for joining.